What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to a brand new Liverpool transfer news video. And in this video we will talk about Upamecano because a very reliable journalist said that Liverpool are in the running to sign Upamecano, and I'm really excited about that news. But first I want to give you an injury update. Joel Matip is facing a race against time to get fit for the Manchester United game. Man United have overtaken Liverpool at the top of the Premier League yesterday. How do you feel about that? And now Man United are 3 points clear, and even teams like Leicester and Everton are just 1 point behind Liverpool. I honestly am so annoyed by this, because had we done our job and beaten the likes of West Brom and Newcastle, and even maybe getting a draw against Southampton would have been acceptable, we would have been well clear of these teams. But of course it's expected that this season every team will fluctuate and we'll have good and bad periods. I fully trust Jurgen Klopp and Liverpool to get past this bad run of form, and it could kickstart our campaign again, that if we beat Manchester United. So the Man United game at Anfield is huge, and David Maddock is saying that even though Joel Matip is back running and working with the ball on grass, he is yet to train with the full first team squad, and Jurgen Klopp usually requires 2 days training before he puts a player into a game. So Matip has to start training with the first team very soon, otherwise we will have to play Fabinho at the back again with one of Phillips or Williams or Jordan Henderson, and none of these are ideal scenarios, and I don't really want to see Jordan Henderson at the back. I would start Nat Phillips, but he's a pretty slow player, and against the team with a pace like Rashford and Martial, even though Martial is a doubt for that game, he went off with a hamstring injury last night against Burnley. It's not an ideal situation, so Jurgen Klopp has to make a very big decision who to start alongside Fabinho if Matip is not fit. If Matip is fit somehow, I think it's almost 100% that he will start. And now let's talk about Upamecano. I'm really excited about this transfer news. If you are as well, leave a like, subscribe if you are new around here, turn on the bell notifications. So Jan Age Fjørtoft, who is a very reliable journalist working in the media, he's saying that even though Chelsea and Bayern Munich are battling to sign Upamecano, Liverpool are also in the running for Upamecano, according to Fjørtoft. And also what is very important is that Upamecano has a release clause of just 42 million euros, which is around 38 million pounds. That would be an absolute bargain. So probably a lot of big clubs can pay that amount in the summer, and then it will be up to Upamecano which club he chooses. And I think with Matip being so injury prone and with Gomez also so injury prone, Upamecano's perfect solution would be to sign for Liverpool, because he could partner Virgil van Dijk for the next 4 or 5 years, and he could fight for his place with Joe Gomez. I think Matip won't be reliable to start regularly for Liverpool, and this update is that the transfer won't happen this window, so Upamecano won't sign for Liverpool in this window. That's what Fjørtoft is saying, but it will most likely happen after the season. So Liverpool definitely are one of the favorites to sign Upamecano. And of course Upamecano won't sign for Liverpool if he will be definitely 4th choice, but I think he's much better than that. And even though Jurgen Klopp won't promise him to be like 1st choice past alongside Virgil van Dijk, he can promise him to be rotated alongside Van Dijk with Joe Gomez, with Joel Matip, and the season is long and injuries can happen, as it is evident this season. And the only reason I think why Liverpool are in this so close title race and not well clear at the top of the Premier League is because of our injuries, because of our centre-back injuries. We had to adapt our style of play, and it really dampened our attacking output. Liverpool created chances against our past 3 oppositions. We just failed to take them. That has to change against Manchester United. It already changed against Aston Villa's on the 23 side, where we took 4 of our many chances, and against Man United, we have to do the same. We have to take our chances, and then we have a good chance of beating Man United. And Melissa Reddy again wrote a brilliant piece in the Independent newspaper saying that Liverpool, it is imperative for them to strengthen at centre-back. The position was even at the forefront of Liverpool's thinking even before Van Dijk and Gomez got injured, but we just didn't find the right player to replace Dejan Lovren with in the summer. And Melissa Reddy is talking about Bayern Munich's David Alaba, who is out of contract in the summer and he has been linked with Liverpool. The figure he is after is reported to be around £12 million as a salary after a season after tax, which would further complicate stalled talks with Sergio Ramos over the extension at the Bernabeu. So Real Madrid are also after Alaba, but Real Madrid don't really want to pay a huge amount of wages to David Alaba. And Melissa Reddy revealed that Liverpool did hold talks with Alaba's camp last year in part of a comparative purposes as they worked on a deal to bring Thiago to Anfield. The pair were in a similar situation, high earners, pedigreed, really top players, certain to exit Bayern with their contracts running out. And Alaba's personal terms and valuation, that was helpful to securing a deal with Thiago as well. And even though Alaba is a world-class player appreciated by Liverpool, he's understood to be a little bit too small for what Liverpool require from a centre-back. His height is 180 centimeters, Van Dijk is 193 centimeters, Matip 195, Joe Gomez 188. And yeah, Alaba is not strong enough aerially for their requirements, Liverpool's requirements at centre-back. Liverpool have conviction that investing big in Thiago and Diogo Jota, despite the pandemic, this was viewed as essential in giving the team a new dimension, and significant injuries have really had a big impact on both players. The wisdom of recruiting them cannot be questioned, and I fully agree. Liverpool's thinking was that the appeal for signing a player of his age and salary who didn't quite fit their centre-back profile was that he could operate at left-back as well. But Jurgen Klopp signed Tsimikas as well, and yes, he only started 3 games due to injury problems, and also he got the virus, which feeds into the manager's thinking that even a new face is sourced in the market. Even if a new face is sourced in the market this month, will it sort all our problems for a game or two, and then he could be injured as well? The complication of the January window has been discussed, and when Liverpool do buy a centre-back, it will be their intention that the player ultimately replaces Joao Matip in the long term. And the club sources, according to Melissa Reddy, say that there are no designs on recruiting around the age of 30 for a centre-back, and a move for Alaba is a hard no. Liverpool's defensive crisis has been impeding their offensive play, and there is an acceptance and understanding that it is a risk not to make a move this month, not for a lack of trying. There is also the acknowledgement that a mid-season signing without proper training time to bed in and feeling instant expectation and pressure also offers no guarantees. Not much is concrete in football. There are still bankers. It is imperative for Liverpool to strengthen at centre-back. So it's an interesting position from Liverpool, that we want to sign a centre-back, but only if the right kind of player is available and only for the right kind of money. And you can argue for or against that strategy, but I trust Jurgen Klopp and Liverpool's planning. They know what the team requires. It's a big risk to not sign a centre-back, but if the right player at the right price is not available in the market, Liverpool are entitled to wait until the summer. The risk with that is, if Fabinho gets injured, then Liverpool are even risking their top 4 place, because the top 10 are separated by just 7 points. So if Liverpool keep dropping points, we could easily find ourselves outside of the top 4 in no time. In 3 or 4 weeks, Liverpool could be either sitting first or second in the Premier League, or we could even drop down to 6th or 7th or 8th place. And that is the real danger of such a close Premier League title race. So it's a big risk if Liverpool don't sign a centre-back, but something that maybe Liverpool and Jurgen Klopp is willing to take in order to really secure the long-term financial future of the club. And we don't know what kind of figures are flying around. For example, if Leipzig are asking for like 60-70 million for Upamecano right now, then Liverpool are entitled to wait until the summer when he will be available for just 38 million. Is it worth like signing Upamecano for like 45, or whether Leipzig would do a deal like that or not? So that's the conundrum that Liverpool are facing. I really hope that you guys appreciate how detailed I try to explain the situation. And Liverpool have now another left back because they recalled Adam Lewis from their loan spell. He was out on loan at Amiens, a League 2 side, so a French second division club. And according to Get French Football News, they say that it was Amiens' decision to terminate the loan early because he would have hoped to become a regular, but he only made 6 starts for Amiens, and he hasn't started the game since October, and they just don't see the value in keeping Adam Lewis at their club. So Lewis was a highly rated player in the Liverpool under-23 side, but if he can't make the team in the League 2, in the French second division, he's probably miles away from the Liverpool first team. So I think he will slot back into the Liverpool under-23s and maybe look for another loan spell in the near future. And TalkSport host Andy Goldstein said that Liverpool fans should be slightly nervous after Manchester United's recent upturn in form. I mean, if you just look at the last 3 game weeks in the Premier League, Man United got 7 points more than Liverpool, which is really worrying. Liverpool got just 2 points from their last 3 Premier League games, and Man United got 9. This is what he said. Liverpool are not 3 points off United now, and if City win their 2 games in hand, and they will, because Man City look fantastic at the moment, they will be 2 points behind Man City. So effectively, Liverpool, the champions, are now 3rd in the Premier League, and that's how I see it. Liverpool fans should be worried because Man United will now go to that game at Anfield with no pressure whatsoever, with an unbelievable away record in the league, and we'll quite happily sit, park the bus and take a point. But I think Liverpool will attack Man United, and that will be the true test for Manchester United. And Gary Neville said that the Man United fans should be dreaming about winning the title. I don't think anyone is saying Man United will win the league, but the fact that they are in a title fight, wow, I never would have imagined it. It's a strange season. Why shouldn't Manchester United fans believe? This is what Gary Neville is saying. Why shouldn't this side believe? Look at the front 3, look at that midfield 4, look at Bruno Fernandes. They have some fantastic players. The other teams aren't in great form. Man City are sitting there cool and calm. Nobody is really talking about them, but they are hitting very good form, and that is a real danger. But in the next few days, it is time to have a little bit of fun. It won't be a comfortable few days for Liverpool fans. I believe these players feel they can have a really special season. It's odd, it's changing every single week. You don't know what is going to happen, and there is an element of unpredictability and Manchester United could exploit that. It's a big win for Man United against Burnley. To go top of the league before Sunday feels like a big moment, in the sense that 6 to 8 weeks ago you wouldn't have thought Manchester United would have been anywhere near this position. Yet now they find themselves with something building, and the spirit is growing, as you could see with the way they celebrated with each other. There's a resilience built of some performances which haven't been great all the time away from home, but they have won when they haven't been at their best. You get confidence from that, and Man United are starting to play better. The players they have, who are really top quality, are starting to show these moments in a more consistent fashion. And also what is very important is Man United has recently really improved defensively. They are winning games 1-0, and that is always a side that is resilient. And if you can keep clean sheets in the Premier League, and if you have attacking players like Rashford, Fernandes, Martial, you always have a chance to win the game when your defense is solid. That's where I said Man United will fall short. I thought defensively they will struggle again this season, but after they conceded a lot of goals at the beginning of the season, they shored up their defense, And attacking wise, Man United always had the firepower to score goals and win games. So now it's a real worry for Liverpool. I think Liverpool absolutely have to beat Manchester United and have to worry of their counter-attacks on the counter. They are so fast in transition, so Liverpool will have to be very, very careful. If they lose the ball, what happens then? So I'm sure that Jurgen Klopp will work on that tactically. And also Ole Gunnar Solskjaer said that the big test will be at Anfield whether Man United are real title contenders or just pretenders, as some fans are calling that. Matic, their player, who is also an injured out for the Liverpool-Man United game, said, "I think this kind of win shows that we are ready to compete for the title. I'm happy for the team performance and the spirit, and let's see Sunday against Liverpool what happens. It's the biggest derby in England and we go there to compete with them and see where we are against one of the best teams in the league. I think we are ready. We played 17 games and we are top of the table. That shows something. We didn't play 5 or 6 games and you can say maybe it's lucky, but after 17 games it's not lucky. Definitely there is quality, but we cannot relax. We need to be concentrated until the end to go game by game. In football, the next one is always the important, the next one is the biggest final, and we will see." And this is what Solskjaer, their manager, said. "We are looking forward to the Liverpool game. We enjoy being where we are at any time. At the moment, we are where we are. We go there knowing we are playing the best team in the country by a mile over the last year and a half. And they are champions by right. We are looking forward to it. And it's a great test of where we are at against a good team. We are getting better and better. We are almost halfway through the season. It is a little bit of an indication of where we are at. But nobody will remember the league table on January the 12th. The frustrations were there for everyone to see, and if it affected our performances, we can't let that happen. We just got to accept once in a while decisions go against us, and I think it will be a huge test for Liverpool and Manchester United. And what worries me is that this season the decisions are going Man United's way as well. They are getting a lot of penalties, and Liverpool are not getting some major decisions from VAR. And also I heard that the referee who will referee the Liverpool-Man United game, he gave like 5 penalties in the past like 10 games for Man United, and he said he gave 0 penalties in the past like 14 games for Liverpool. So that is saying something, and he's also in the Manchester area. He's from the Manchester area. So that is a little bit worrying that this season it looks like Man United are just getting all the decisions. Liverpool just have to play better. That's the bottom line. Unless we play better and we score our chances, we will always struggle in the Premier League, because it's a ruthless league and Liverpool really need to figure out how to improve our goal scoring, because in the last 3 games we really struggled in the Premier League. I mean, the Aston Villa game was much better, but that was against kids. Let's see how we do against Manchester United. Really looking forward to the game. As always, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this. Have a nice day. See you later. Goodbye.